morning, everyone. Welcome to your daily AI news, where we work to demystify latest developments in artificial intelligence, explore how things are reshaping the world, and have fun in the process. I'm Noah McDonough.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Rick Ninja. Welcome back. Glad to be here. Thanks for being here as well, Noah.
Yeah, for sure. Happy. Can't believe we're on episode 11 already.
Hey, time awaits no man.
That's for sure. That's for sure. So let's see. Let's dive in. We're going to go ahead and talk about the news and then some of our experiences, a little bit of intermixed, and then what we think about it. So let's go into screen share mode here. Let's do this guy right here. So first one we're going to dive into is sort of Grok's own drama. Elon Musk had to fact check his own bot, basically. Grok falsely claimed that Elon Musk stole Stephen Miller's wife. He was a former advisor to the White House, and Musk actually had to go publicly and correct that fake statement. The reason that matters is even the creator of a model can't control AI's hallucinations sometimes. So this moment exposes the fragility of AI truth and the potential PR risk for anyone deploying these bots at scale, especially when the influence is public discourse. And that actually is from Mashable.
Man, that's so interesting. Well, let's remember it's work in progress and it's progressing fast. Really, really fast. Yeah, news goes so fast that it's crazy to just see how many things happen in a short period of time, right?
Totally.
Yeah. All right. Let's go for let me give you guys an example of how fast things can move. So yesterday I was reading about this new unfoldments. We talked with you guys. Let me give you a brief intro though. We talked with you guys a couple weeks ago, I believe, of the partnership between John Ive and Sam Altman. From John Ive was from iPhone, famous to in the hardware development on the iPhone and so on, Apple products overall, and the Sam Altman from OpenAI, right? And basically they're gonna have, like, it was a huge deal there. It's like 6.5 billion. So basically, OpenAI gonna have John Ive developing a hardware for the AI. That's gonna. I have high expectations on that one because I'd like to admit I'm not sure what to expect. Like, the closest thing we have is the phone, and what's been unfolding the last couple weeks was this. Let me show you this product, and this product might be something. Probably not at this time.
See, we're not seeing your screen.
Not yet.
Here.
I'm just a sec.
Okay.
This product might be what, but not this time, and you guys gonna know why. What OpenAI might bring. Now I'm being able to share there. I personally, it's very interesting. The technology seems very interesting. I personally don't think it's there yet, and I'm gonna explain you guys the reasons. So this product right here, it seems very unique, and it definitely is unique. It's from the company IO.audio. So basically the concept, they have a very well elaborated website. It's affordable. I mean, should I be saying that? I'm not sure how if it works, how it works through the told, in the sense that what are the benefits that it might bring. But basically, imagine, and that's what they said is, imagine a phone or you using apps in which you do not need a screen. So you're basically dealing with the audio. So you talk with it, and it gives you the outcome, right? So concept, I don't think it's the sort of concept that it's gonna take away the phone. At least I don't see yet. But once I see it working, it might be. But I cannot. I don't see it yet. Um, but it does definitely have its space, right? Like through natural language for you just to give commands and receive the whatever you're up to or whatever you want. That's very useful. Therefore, you do not have the visual. So the phone gives us the visual, which it's a whole sense in itself. Let's put like this, and the sense which uh, uses the most part of our brain, so on and so forth. Okay, so here's where the drama is. Very interesting concept. I do want to see this under work. So it's basically a device that you put in your ear and you communicate with it, and it's driving through AI. Perfect. So here's where the drama comes through. Let me change the screen. It's about the a lawsuit. And by the way, the business, the company that backs that the IO is Google. So this information is interesting. So this is just we're just gonna look kind of the. I'm not gonna read through this. I'm just gonna look a little bit of the overall information. So over here, trademark clash, tech startup IO sues OpenAI over trademark infringement. So here's the unfolding of this history, right? Uh, we have here IO, which is IYO. The company that Sam Altman and I've, my God, yeah, his name ran away from my head right now, but I have right here John Ive. I should remember his name though. He done such great works. John Ive, Ive. So the basically the trademark they were using was IO, which is literally IO, which stands for input and output. And this business right here, one interesting unfolding of this history is that this company, IO, pitched their services to, I believe, I'm not sure if Sam Altman, but for Ivy, right? And then that's where the sue comes, which it goes for the trademark name, and also the concern that they might bring or they might use that concept as a product, as the final product. So it might not happen anymore. I don't see this product is in itself as a huge of a shift, at least in concept. Concept is very good. Therefore, I do not see that huge of a shift for the. This is gonna be the device that it's gonna make you leave your phone somewhere else. You don't gonna use your phone anymore. I don't see it. It might happen though. I think like holograms, if I'm not going too crazy here, because I do think the visual is very important part of that shift. And why I said that news goes really, really fast, or the things unfolds very fast. Let me just double check if it's over here. Yes. So over here, Trademarkia by Derek Caponio. Hopefully, I'm not delacerating his name or something like that. Here he has the link for the lawsuit. I'm not going to go through that, even though if anyone interested in it could go through it. But what happened and what unfolded, that was the news that I had by yesterday. And what happened yesterday was this, and let me share with you guys, which the lawsuit moved on, and OpenAI takes down all IO promotional material after a court-ordered temporary restraining order. So it had a big effect. So they did remove the IO promotional material after court-ordered. For me personally, that's not really what I'm interested in. considering the technology, considering we're gonna have as the tool for AI. For me personally, that's not what I truly care about. This is definitely a big deal for them. Therefore, I do want to see what OpenAI with Johnny Ive is gonna they're gonna bring. I'm very curious to see it. And if it's something too close to this product, I don't think it's gonna be as revolutionary as one might think. At least my perception, and I'm repeating that too much. But I am truly excited to see what kind of hardware they're gonna bring. Just to conclude, a big part of AI is visual as well. It's visual production. So I do feel like that's a need for a complete device that will definitely merge with AI. So I do feel like it's very very important to have the combination of both the visual, the audio, the commands. So you give the commands and you get the results, but you also have the kind of the visual input as well as the audio input, right? So on that, let me just see. So the court ordered pause, so it's not a definite removal. That's very important. Here we have the link of the video. I believe we watched this video on the couple weeks ago. Yeah, so they are talking about the trademarks matter. It definitely does. So like I said, it's surely a big deal for them. I don't think it's a small deal for them. But as a final kind of a final consumer, it's I'm not like it's definitely something to talk about, I guess. So since we were talking about those news, but yeah. So let's see on this. That's all I got for you guys. But let's see what unfolds from it, and let's see. Oh, I think by the way, I do think that Johnny Ive and OpenAI or their OpenAI, let's put it like this, since they bought the Johnny Ive company. I believe they're gonna bring their business, not their business, but their product by 2026. Well, let's see how that unfolds, and if we hear something or see something, we share with you guys.
Yeah, interesting stuff. Actually, a lot of our topics I'm realizing are definitely legal related, and that's this next one is no exception. The UK moves to regulate Google's AI search monopoly. The UK CMA is considering labeling Google as a strategic market actor, potentially forcing more transparency and choice in AI-powered search. So why this matters: this could become the first major AI antitrust case. If successful, it may force Google to open its AI summaries to competitors or alternatives, a critical move in preventing monopoly over algorithmic generated knowledge. And this comes to us from The Guardian. And it's real interesting to me, kind of watching what happens in other parts of the world. It does seem like Europe's sort of at the tip of the spear on this stuff. We saw it happen with Apple and their charging cables, where they were forced to go to more standardized cable and not use their proprietary fire cable as sort of a tangible example. And I've also, there's talk about, even in the States, maybe having to sell off Chrome, which is interesting because that causes potentially a lot of different, so many things are based on Chrome over at Google that there's questions as to how that ripple effect will manifest if that goes forward. So yeah, pretty interesting stuff there. What's next?
Oh, great. So, and just adding to that, right? The Sometimes I have this interesting. I make this observation. So this is new technology. So definitely you're gonna have a monopoly. Naturally, you're gonna have a monopoly, right? You cannot have a new technology and like be multiple players in a sense. Now, I feel like that is one point of view for monopoly. Therefore, there is another aspect for monopoly, which is when those who took over like that technology. And here I bring such a good example: Tesla, Elon Musk, and Tesla. It's when those who achieve a monopoly of a technology and therefore its business, it's they obstruct others to grow on that business. So that's another aspect of it. So one thing is monopoly, and new technology, you're gonna definitely have monopolies. Monopolies since it's new technology. So just a few have that reach to that technology, to the means to develop it, to the intellectual property, so on and so forth. Therefore, Tesla is such as a great example because I remember he done precisely the opposite, as far as I remember, which was he made it available, the technology. So this is a very good contrast between monopoly as one thing in itself and the use of a monopoly to obstruct other business to grow. So I think those are two very, very different things.
Yeah, I think it's related to the inception of OpenAI too, because the concept there was to specifically challenge that and have that AI technology be open to everybody. And then obviously we've had the controversy of them shifting over to a private company and all the ramifications of that. That's a real interesting sort of paradox because in order to stay competitive, they kind of had to privatize just because the power requirements and money requirements of everything to stay kind of on top and made it difficult, I think, to be just open source. So that's been definitely interesting to watch.
Yeah, and that's still unfolding. So we're definitely gonna have new news about that one as well. Let me see. So right now, let's get to something more lighthearted before we get to the more serious thing. Back to the serious thing. Okay, so what I have here is Hailuo. I don't think we talked about this one. So this is a so it has its positives and it has its negatives as well. It's being considered kind of the image and video generator that would kind of. I mean, I do feel like they use this thumbnail, the new VO3 killer, just as just to hook people. I would say because even though it has huge advantages, it's not there yet in the sense of sound, definitely sound and voice over. And I feel like that's the one of the biggest differentials from VO3. So I'm really excited to see the new video generator that's gonna have the voice and the sound effects, right? And with quality, because I don't think I'm there yet, but I wish I follow up of many YouTubers that create AI content. And one thing that I have not seen yet, and if it's out there, let us know, is someone who created who generated enough images that and videos, more specifically videos, and made a ratio of how many. Oh, can I have me on the camera there? So while
Sure.
I'm just explaining, so a ratio of how many of the images or videos that brings that are correct, right? So if we have a little bit of control, what's the ratio that brings exactly not, and it doesn't need to be exactly right. Like we accept some percentage, but something too far away that should not be considered. So what's that percentage, the ratio that differentiates one from the other? And to put it simple, like is it 80% of the videos of VO3 that comes close to what we ask for from the prompt, or is it 40%, right? And that goes for both the pricing, because so for example, the Hailuo and VO3, this is a very good example contrast on pricing. So Hailuo, it's considerably more affordable than VO3, so that's one of the big reasons that I'm using them. It takes very long to generate a video. Here, I'm non-member queue 4 minutes wait. This has been here for 15 minutes or a lot more, truth be told, like 30 minutes, I would say, once I got here.
Lies. It's lying to you.
Once I prepared the tabs here, I added the video there. So hopefully, in a sense, they are overwhelmed. There's a lot of people using it, and they see it as a positive, and they fix it and they make it better. So looking at the positive side, because this is a huge advantage that they have, is that they give like 500 credit, and to generate like one image is like 4 credits. So that's where it's a lot cheaper than the VO3. But that's on the image, right? So, and even on the video, it's like it's only 25 tokens. So since it takes forever to generate the video, I'm gonna work a little bit with the images. So they do say it's the VO3 killer. I don't think it is, because we have not seen the real competition against the VO3. But I definitely encourage anyone who is generating this to try it out. So let's try a couple of things over here, and I'm gonna work with the images. So I am gonna add some character reference, which I'm gonna probably use the same character as I tried to use on the video. Confirm. So basically what it asks is to use the character responsibly, right? Which I do think we should do that, because or else we might get they might bring restrictions due to not doing so. So if I go over here, let me see if I can find that image though, because I did change my screens. Let me see. Oh, there you go. Perfect. So uploading. Let's see if the upload for the image is quick. It is quick. So that's your reference from character. So
So is that an image that you uploaded?
Exactly.
Okay.
So I uploaded that image. So that's an image as reference. Therefore, the thing that I have here is character as reference. Can you guys see that? So let me see. I have the option to change the upload characters. I thought that was the overall style reference. Let me see if I can do something different, which is and by the way, guys, like I just tried videos, and that was a few days ago, so I'm still kind of on the process of learning. And that makes a huge difference, because I remember I tried what was that, the name of that one was what's the Whisk from Google, and that one was extremely intuitive. It was just drag and drop, and there it was. So this one right here, I still kind of don't feel it's too that intuitive as that one. So basically what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna add another image. I'm gonna try to drag and drop another image on the description itself. It did not work, that one. So let's bring another one. So that one did not work because of the format. So the format is WebP. It was generated on the, what's the name, ChatGPT. So here I have one in the same style, that is JPEG. Boom, confirm. So yeah, so it's always selecting the subject, the character. So it seems like it only wants the character as reference. So create a group. So this is not necessarily a character. This is a sculpture. So create a group of sculptures in the same style in the desert. In an ambience in a terrain similar to Mars. Let's see. And if it takes like 5 days to generate, I don't think it makes sense to wait it all. What I'm gonna do, let me refresh the page. Let me see if the video, yeah, so the video did not want to be generated. Page refreshed. So, oh, there you go. So, all right. So, yeah, you see, so that's why, right? Like we have those hooks. Oh, the VO3 killer, right? I mean, they those guys here, they have excellent potential. And I think they're gonna be like one of the top tools for content generation. But it's not there at all. Like, look at what we got here. So just like, yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Look at this. Does this seem like the sculpture?
Chocolate bars.
Right? Nah. Yeah, so you see, so it's like it's not there, it's not there. Let me use one prompt that I used, and I want to show you guys as well, like what that prompt.
Is it still spinning on that trooper image? Oh, okay.
On the video?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's there. I mean, by tomorrow, I think we're gonna get one finished. And like I said, hopefully they are just everyone is trying to use it, and that's the reason it's not generating.
And I could see this being a real challenge if you're trying to like bid jobs, and you know what I mean. Like there's just it's all over the map on how long this may or may not take.
That's another thing, right? Like the percentage, if I got that right, it's like, where is it, right? Like that's one thing that I had with, I think what I'm trying to say here is basically that to not have a reference of how long does it takes. But I do think it's just, we are in the momentum in which everyone like quotes there, all those who are in the field of video generator, AI video generator, are trying to bring something due to VO3. So they just don't want to be left behind. So that's my view on that. So let me use this prompt, and I'm gonna, so this one, I'm just gonna create the image. Let's see, it's generating. I'm gonna make an attempt here. To make a parallel. So Grok, I did generate some images with Grok this morning, guys, and it was impressive how fast it is. So for example, I just tried to generate images with Grok right now with the same prompt, and it's done already. And I'm gonna share with you guys. It's not gonna change the world, but it's done already, ChatGPT. And I'm gonna try with ChatGPT as well. Here I'm just doing the parallel of prompt to image. All right, hey, here it is. So as you guys can see, the tail have gone wild here. Not sure, like the feet, it's not there yet. The monkey is pretty good. Human hands though. Okay, so the sliding here. Okay, so it's same thing here. So you do have many good things. Therefore, overall, it's still on that early stage. There is even a kind of octopus monkey back here. Funny, but also like the tail here is not there. And over here, really nice. This one is pretty good. It's just not what I asked for, but it's pretty good. It can be used. The hands is not there yet. The feet, it's kind of okay. And it's funny. It's not bad. It's funny. Let me show so we can make a comparison. Let me share with you guys the other one. So this one is Grok. Very quick. And it's funny. So here are the things, right? It got the realism on the environment. Um, the monkey is correct. The hands are pretty good. It has some failure here on the finger. The hands here, some multiple fingers here. They have the brush to edit. I'm not gonna use this one right now, but there you go. At least they get the character right. They got the realistic environment and also the character. The character is pretty realistic. Yeah, it's pretty realistic. It's not that bad. Tail here, okay. Here it's a little bit better. And interesting, it gave me some options here to add. Like if I want to change things, add colorful birds. Let's see how fast that goes. Add colorful birds. First one was pretty fast. Let's see if this one goes as fast. You see? So this is fast. It's even faster than ChatGPT, truth be told. And we're gonna see ChatGPT soon.
Oh.
We have a merge here of the birds. We have a toucan. I like it that they chose the toucan because, I like this, and let me tell you guys why. So this monkey is present in Amazon, and the birds that it mixed are from Amazon. So you have the toucan and this one. What's the name of this bird in?
It's a parrot, I believe.
Parrot, the colored parrot.
Yeah.
So, and also this color parrot is from over the area. So he got that right. So
it made a merit.
There you go. Yep. Yep. I mean, man, and this is very cool. Like what they done here. It's pretty fast. The options there. If you were just playing around, this is amazing. I really enjoy that. Many things should be tuned, but I do think that they're gonna be able to do that pretty soon. Yeah. And you then bring different styles, so on and so forth. So I really enjoyed the progress here, and I just saw this progress like this morning. I really enjoyed. And what's the best progress that I thought? So this one is pretty good. It kind of recognizes the region, so and it brings elements from that region, but it also brings other options. I also really enjoyed the way it took natural language and brought that to reality, right? dAiLy did not use the natural language, and by that I simply mean the character. So the character is not the character that I chose. So now let me share with you guys the Grok one. Not the Grok, sorry, the ChatGPT one. So the ChatGPT was also pretty quick. It came with some mistakes that so funny enough, like recently, like even Sora kind of had a broke down. Like I tried to use Sora, they are having some problems, maybe overwhelmed the system, I'm not sure. Or maybe they oh, by the way, no, that's not it. No, I don't think we talked about it, but they are about to launch, or at least they said, Sam Altman said that he's gonna launch ChatGPT 5 this summer.
Okay.
Yeah, so that might be one reason. So it's a good reason, right? But here, let's check out this image. So the realism, the fur, the face, they smile, very pleasant. That was in the prompt. That's really nice. Which the prompt overall is just the monkey flipping and laughing joyfully. The other monkeys there, they don't seem very happy, and they seem like chimpanzee. Pretty realistic. So the shadow, it's pretty good. The leaves are very, very good, and the ground as well. So this is really nice. I have here the sun glare, which was in the prompt as well, and like the contrast between the sun glare and the shadow. Overall pretty good. Of course, we are all seeing that this monkey is too happy and people would not understand because he's missing one leg. But overall, there's not many, like the hands pretty decent, except that this one here. So it's a monkey with 6 fingers and missing one leg, and he's very happy. So we have
he's got 2 right hands.
And 2 right hands, so we have no reason to. So if this monkey here is happy, hey. All right, so Funny. Okay, so realism very good. Quality overall okay, right? But hey, progress is progress, and one progress at a time. Overall, I think that the progress from all those platforms, they're moving forward. So I think that's very good, and I'm very excited, hopeful to see the Hailuo bringing sound and sound effects and voice to their videos, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be a big competitor for VO3 once they achieve that. And of course, fine tune the natural language. So that's a big one, at least for at least for my goal as well, and those who are in the uh, uh, video and image generator. Like this is gonna make it much easier.
Yeah, that kind of actually ties into our next story. So, also in the news, SAG-AFTRA reaches an agreement on AI and gaming. The deal includes consent, labeling, and compensation for synthetic voices and performances. Why this matters. This is the first time synthetic humans are being addressed contractually. It sets a precedent for how AI and real talent can coexist with transparency and fairness built in, and that comes to us from Variety. Yeah, especially when it comes to the voices, that's a big issue, and so it's cool to see that we're making some progress. Again, we're kind of in that legal realm and topics. You can see they're trying to catch up to the wave here. Yeah. Let's
Exactly,
see.
and but that multiple things, right? Like we are in that stage that uh, a lot of us who are engaging with the AI generators, we're influenced with existing content, right? So we have a natural inclination to use existing content to bring the content which we think of or which we imagine and we want to see it happening. But it might get to that stage because both voice and like the personas, the characters, they can also be fully generated with the AI. And I think that was a very good observation from a YouTuber. Why would you use like because of there it's still going a big legal matter also going from Universal and Disney against Midjourney, right? And one YouTuber made a very good comment, which was, "Hey, why are you gonna use IP content that has intellectual property, meaning it belongs to others, since you can create anything, right?" So that's a very good observation. Therefore, it's very natural because uh, my generation, at least, grew up. There's no generation that grew up with in the original or AI content there, but pretty soon. And once those generations come, like both the voice and the I believe I said that both the voice and the content itself it can be fully generated AI already. So when that stage uh, pass through, and I think it might happen very quickly, then the scenario is gonna change. So yeah, maybe I mean that's just an observation, but yeah, I believe those they try like they and it's okay. It's on their right, of course, to sue or to they have their concerns on those things, of course. And yeah, so on that matter, very this is an important matter because it's happening all over the place. But and we're gonna keep bringing them over here. Yeah. So that's my view on that. So let me see. And for me to pack it up, I have one more. Um, let me see. Yes. So this is also fresh news. That's from this week. Um, this is the one. No, this is the one. So this week, Tesla uh, Robotax. It's already running. Um, this is very impressive. What I really want to see uh, so they did have planned to have the option for the owner of the Tesla to leave the Tesla running and make some money for the owner, making it simple. So it's like your car is the Uber. Oh, that's funny. It goes through a. This guy is a nice area. Look at that. That's so cool. Yeah, like it's gonna be like the Waymo for. I don't know if where the exact location those self-driving cars are. I know that big areas are Bay Area. This one is it Houston, Texas? I don't remember precisely. Oh, peacock. That's the bird that it's over here. Look at that. That's so cool. So the Bay Area, I believe this is Houston. I don't know. It would be impressive if there's self-driving cars in New York because it's just a nightmare to drive in New York. Um, but this, the economics of this is going to be extremely interesting. It's the, I mean, I'm watching this. Look at this, guys. Like, let me pause and let me show on the map of the self-driving car. It does show the peacock there. Yeah, were you able to see that?
Yeah.
That's something. Yeah, that is pretty cool on the map. That is pretty cool. And but the economics is gonna be amazing. It's like if you can rent your car and have a decent amount of resources there made it by it, though that's gonna be more attractive than I guess they still very attractive commercially. And one of the points, let me see if I have it over here. Of the it's a lot more than I thought. The how the self-driving cars, uh, the Tesla robotaxi specifically, uses AI. So it's a lot more than I would ever imagine. Because I thought that the self-driving robot car would be trained, basically trained, and then it would do its thing with maybe just the AI giving commands, but not like uh, doing a whole overall work. Let me see if I can share even the page. I searched on Grok here. There it is. So here's kind of a list of what AI does. So full self-driving FSD software. So AI powers Tesla's FSD, which is the software, enabling autonomous navigation through neural networks that process real-time data from cameras to make driving decisions, such as lane changes and obstacle avoidance. So basically, the AI is kind of the brain, and through the cameras, which would be kind of the eyes, it makes its decisions. So of course, lots of people realize that. But so imagine that AI is the brain, and any uh, robot is the body, right? So through the improvement of AI itself, once you connect that with the robot itself, then it has all the possibilities that AI in a sense has. Of course, it has to work on the motion aspect of it, on the mobility aspect of it. So AI powers Tesla. We went through this one. So vision only system. So the robot taxi relies on AI driven computer vision using cameras exclusively, no lidar or radar, to interpret surroundings, perform semantic segmentation, object detection, and depth estimation. It's been a while ago that I feel like, if I remember correctly, there was an interview in which the person said that the training is just to get used to those performances. So semantic segmentation, object detection, and depth estimation, because I thought it was more of a mapping, and through that mapping it would take its decisions. But I'm no expert on this aspect here, but this is very easy. It's made very simple to understand. End-to-end machine learning. So AI employs end-to-end learning to translate raw camera data directly into driving actions, minimizing intermediate programming for faster and adaptive decision making. Very good. Neural network training. AI leverages Tesla fleet data from millions of vehicles to train neural networks, simulating billions of driving scenarios to improve perception and handling of edge cases. Yeah, so the improvement of perception is it's a key aspect because once it gets to that uh, reflexive stage, which I do think it is, uh, but once it's absolute there, it might have some mistakes, and I'm just speaking out of my mind here. No depth of knowledge there. But once it gets to that stage for natural reflexive perception, then it's when it's gonna be uh, like gold. 3D world representation. So AI processes multi-camera inputs to create a high-fidelity 3D model of the environment, identifying obstacles, lanes, and traffic signals for precise navigation. Dojo, that's a funny, interesting name, Dojo Supercomputer. AI training is enhanced by Tesla's Dojo system, which processes massive data sets to refine FSD, which is this term right here, full self-driving, algorithms, improving safety and reliability for robotaxi operations. Ride-sharing network, AI manages the robotaxi network, optimizing ride locations and vehicles coordination for consumer-owned and Tesla-operated fleets. Yeah, so this is basically identification. So it's not someone in the, uh, at least what I understood is that it's not someone in the computer deciding which car is going to pick up who. It's like there is the map, the robotaxi network, and through that network, that decision is made. So user interface and experience. AI enhances the in-car experience with a feature like 3D navigation, games, and movies tailored to passengers in the autonomous cybercab, offering some comfort for whoever is taking is going for the ride. Yeah, I would like to try that. I might visit them, or once they reach my area, I might definitely try that. Robotaxi. I tried Venmo. It was very good experience. Tried to hit the honk there, and I got a call from them. They were like, "So, hey, what's?" That was funny. That was a good experience. Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Okay, yeah, moving right along here. Still on the same similar theme. The FCA warns AI is outpacing financial regulators. So the UK's Financial Conduct Authority says it can't keep up with AI's rapid evolution in banking and investment. People get nervous when it involves money, right? So why it matters: without oversight, algorithmic finance could lead to biased decisions, market shocks, or system risks. And this is a call to build regulatory frameworks that evolve as fast as the tools themselves, which I'm not sure is possible, but it'll be interesting to follow. Yeah, that's just a recurring theme that we're going to see, I think, in all aspects of AI being employed. And one other one that we have here is Salesforce actually launches Agentforce 3. And this is a platform for enterprise AI agents that focuses on governance, visibility, and operational control. And this is valuable, or why this matters is it marks a shift from experimentation to enterprise-grade AI infrastructure, where automation gets embedded in day-to-day ops, workflows, and customer journeys. It's not flashy, but it's real, scalable, and growing. And Salesforce is obviously a huge juggernaut in just about every industry that sells anything. They're kind of the king of the road there. And yeah, I think, sort of as a theme here, it's kind of like watching, as observers here, we're like, well, who's in control? Who's driving this? From Grok hallucinating about its own creator to government scrambling to rein in the search engines, deep fake voices, and synthetic finance. This week wasn't just about tech, it's about power. AI is no longer a side project or a novelty. It's reshaping how we search, who we trust, and who gets paid, often faster than laws and creators and regulators can catch up. So, yeah. Who's driving this bus, and does the driver even know how fast this is going? So, that's kind of what's going on there. I have some other stuff to share. That's kind of interesting, I can't believe we're on episode 11 as we were working, prepping for this show last night. I found a limitation inside Google Drive, which blows my mind. You can't actually copy folders in Google Drive. You can copy documents, but not folders. And so I was playing around with confirming that with ChatGPT. And old ChatGPT said, yeah, it's a crazy limitation. But it said, hey, one way around that is that we could create some code and use the Google Apps to go ahead and create code that goes ahead and copies your folders for you. And it said, would you like me to generate that script? I was like, sure. So it went ahead and did it and walked me through the process of actually putting the code into Google Apps. And sure enough, with just a couple of little tweaks that had to be made, it went ahead and generated it. And for me, that kind of got me thinking, this is really one of the big benefits of the AI assistants. Like, number one, I wouldn't even have thought to look into that, which it suggested that pathway. But then also it said, I'll generate the code and we can kind of walk down this path together. Like, I wouldn't even have, if I had thought of it, I would have been like, well, I don't know anything about coding. I'm not going to attempt this. But because it was generating the code, it got me one step farther into trying stuff out. And I think that's one of the major things in this journey, both for this show and even prior and in other projects. It kind of gives you the confidence that you got a sidekick there to actually try things out that you might not ever dig into. I've actually used AI to help me troubleshoot any number of things in this crazy broadcasting world of OBS and the thousands of applications that we're using with it, that we stumble on and, typically either spend hours on or maybe just give up. But I'm finding that as I use the AI tools, I'm much less likely to give up and keep kind of persevering through and learning new stuff. And so pretty exciting on the upside there.
Surely is. Hey, progress, not perfection. And the progress is very positive. Very, very positive. You gave the example of the Google folder, the Google Docs.
Mm-hmm.
If I start on Apple, if I start on Apple, I'm not gonna stop. I might make some videos though, like dedicated for that, like good example here. Not sure if it fits to the topic, but it kind of does, I would say. Pixelmator Pro kind of do not have the tools that Pages do not have. Someone might say, hey, different teams working on them, but same company though. And I might make a video on that. That's kind of, they do have aspects of, I might bring as well Pixelmator Pro though, because of the generative content. The first video we made, we talked about Photoshop and its generative, or the way it's called, generative content. Generative creation. So photo expansion, adding, remove things, and Pixelmator, after being purchased by Apple, I'm not seeing much progress there. It's still very good too. I still use Pixelmator Pro, but I wish to see the progress the tool deserves. And yep, one thing takes to another. Progress, at least progress, right? But progress, not perfection.
Yeah, and there'll be some crazy things that you'll stumble on too. Like, yeah, I was doing some vetting of some of the stories that we talked about today, and was trying to figure out some of the significance of some of the people that were mentioned. And there's one individual that was in one of the stories that was an advisor to the White House. And I was like, well, what's that individual doing now? I'm asking Chat GPT that question. And it said, well, when Trump was no longer president. And I'm like, but what do you mean Trump is no longer president? He's president right now. And it said, no, it's Biden. I'm like, what? How is this happening? You know, on the
That one need the progress
yeah.
part.
Well, basically, I asked it straight up. I'm like, and I showed it like a Wikipedia. I'm like, this is what's going on right now. And it went through a really neat explanation, and it said, yep, I understand why that's so confusing to everybody. Basically, the training cutoff date for at least Chat GPT was December of 2023. So anything that's happened after that point in time, it's pretty shaky exactly how information gets recorded until the next update comes out. So you'll see some strange anomalies that you would think would just be no-brainers that affect. And it's weird because I'd actually seen some people joking about that on social media before, and I didn't realize it was actually a real kind of limitation or stumbling block. So I have to do some more digging there. I'm curious to know if that's something that's unique to ChatGPT or if other companies handle it a little bit differently. But yeah, it says typically they're updated 6 to 8 months, but December of 2023 is quite a while ago. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, I think that's pretty much it for us. We will be moving our show to the evenings. We'll be posting all of that stuff, and then also our shows we're creating actually accompanying blogs. It takes us a couple of days to go ahead and post, but we'll get those up. And if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to us at yourdailyainews@gmail.com. And thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you all. See
Stay
you all
sharp,
next time.
stay curious, stay in the loop, because your daily AI news is just getting started. All right. Have a great one, everybody.